On this episode of Around the County, we take an inside look at NHS's very own dance team,
an interview with the head football coach,
the new esports program,
and an interview with a Division I athlete.
Around the County starts right now. Welcome NHS to ATC, where we travel around Hamilton County and find interesting people and stories.
This segment we are dedicated to coaches, teams, and athletes. I'm Molly.
And I'm Jacob.
And we're your anchors for this segment. Our first story is about Coach Roden. Last season, the Noblesville football team announced a change at the top of their roster. Producer John Page sits down with Coach Roden to talk about high school football.
One of the biggest additions to Noblesville athletics is football head coach Justin Roden. Roden has been around football almost his entire life, whether it was playing football or coaching it.
Started playing football when I was 5. I actually broke my collarbone halfway through my first year playing. I have a brother that's about a year and a half younger than me, and we were playing tackle football in the backyard with our equipment on, and I ran into a picnic table and cracked my collarbone and ended my first season short. But all my memories start with being a little munchkin with a single bar face mask when I was 4 or 5 years old. So it's been about 20 years coaching now. This marked my 20th season. The last 7 were at St. Leon. 5 as the head coach, 2 as an assistant. Before that, I coached collegiately at Mount St. Joseph College, which is over in Cincinnati. And then various stops at Cincinnati Mount Healthy, Cincinnati Oak Hills, and then my alma mater, Cincinnati Coleraine, for 5 years.
Knowing that the NHS Football program was looking for ways to improve, Roden has made a plan to try and support NHS's football program for years to come.
But I would say it's a critical impasse, meaning we have laid the foundation for changing the culture. You know, one of the things that we preach this year is toughness. And so we need to keep pushing that envelope. We need to keep moving forward with that mentality. You know, this year we didn't get bullied by anybody. You know, I think some of the previous years and games, teams hit us in the mouth and we wilted a little bit and just kind of threw in the towel. So with the next few months here in the weight room in particular, it's critical that we go as hard as we can. We get stronger. We grow from a physical standpoint as a program, so like numbers are really important. We need more soldiers, as I say all the time, and we need to grow the middle school and the youth programs. Those programs are also a huge part of the success of the high schools. You know, those seniors last year are a product of both Jason and Lance, and myself to some degree. So now, you know, we need to. This next wave of kids and seniors needs to continue to develop and mature and bring that mentality that, hey, we're going to beat HSE. Hey, it's not a one-time thing, that to start expecting to win and stop with the hoping to win. I think that's the biggest difference between losing programs and winning programs. You know, programs that want to win hope each week. I hope we win. Winning programs just kind of expect it. So.
With Roden's mentality and experience in football, his players have come to respect and enjoy the way he runs his team. Senior Zach Groover talked about his football season with Roden.
3 more games doesn't sound like a whole lot, but looking at last season, it was definitely an improvement. Definitely just the fun that we had, because it's senior year, you know, you left it all out on the table, and just hung out with a lot of friends this week. So he kind of brought like a no excuses type thing. I'm sure you've heard some stories that he's had. He doesn't really take excuses well, so like you really have to work hard to prove yourself, and a lot of us did, so it was good.
With Roden at the helm of the football program, Noblesville should see more marks in the win column when it comes to football.
You know, I think that changing the rosters really seemed to work for our football team since they got a lot more wins this year.
I know. Great job NHS Football, and great job John for that fantastic story.
The dance team works extremely hard through classes, practices, games, and competition, but not many people are aware of it. Producer Maddie Neely shows us the hard work that leads the team to be top 5 in the state.
The dance team means obviously family to me and a bunch of best friends that just click together like that.
It means being part of an amazing family and an amazing team and making the greatest friends.
It's a great way to meet new people and like new friends.
It's also a really good learning experience, and it's so awesome to be on a team with such loving girls.
The dance team is my family. That's what dance team means to me.
They're all so different. They're great. They're really great girls. I got super lucky this year that I got such a great team of so many girls that are just so talented. And they all get along, so they're all friends with each other and really love each other, and I think that just makes it my job so much easier when they really do love being together. Hi, my name is Bailey Mann. I teach biology here at Noblesville High School as well as dance, and I'm the head coach of the dance team. I've always danced and I've loved to dance, but coming to Noblesville, there wasn't really a position open at the time that I was hired. So for me, being able to get in a couple years into my teaching experience was super fun. I just love working with the girls, getting to know people on a different level. So being able to do that while also sharing my love for dance is really special.
Being on the dance team, we have practices 3 days a week. They're for 2 hours, and we also have classes during black days, so we have an hour and a half practices during school too.
Grades and assignments consist of our performance tasks, so we learn our game day dances or competition dances, and we have a practice assessment where Miss Mann gives us a grade on them, and then we have a performance assessment where we get our final, it's like our test grade for it.
We get graded with how much effort we put in at practice and how well we do on workouts, and just overall how our personality and like attitude is at practice. Comp season, we have 2 practices a week for competition, and they're more like rigorous than game practices. They're usually longer dances and harder dances, and they require like more stamina and a lot of more like effort to make the best routine.
Competition practices are really tiring for sure. They involve a lot of cardio and hard work because once we get our choreography down, it's a lot of just run-throughs with doing all of our skills and making sure our formations are correct so we look as clean as possible.
For us, practices usually we start with stretch, we'll work on technique or tricks, and then we get into cleaning dances. It really just depends on what we're doing that week and if we have games or what's going on. On weeks where we don't have games, we'll do a lot more technique and just preparing. And then on weeks where we do have games, we're looking at not only like the the things that we're doing at the game, but also, are we doing sidelines? What does that look like? Practicing those elements as well. Game day is super exciting, as is competition, but for us, game day is a little more relaxed. We have fun, we tailgate beforehand, we get to hang out with parents, and that's a lot of fun for us, but our real challenges come with competition. So for us, a competition day, we're here at 5-6 a.m. We have a practice that day before we leave. So we'll practice usually for about an hour, and then we'll head on to the bus. And so we travel as far as Fort Wayne's probably the furthest that we travel for competitions. So we'll have 2.5 hour bus ride, get to the competition, and we're there all day. So we typically get back around 8 or 9.
Last year we placed 4th at state in hip hop and pom, and the year before that we placed 5th at state, so we keep improving every year.
I'm on the Miller Girl dance team and the Noblesville varsity cheer team. I've been dancing since I was about 5, but mostly cheered since I was 4. Dance is definitely more uniformed, and we have to run through things a lot more consistently than cheer, because cheer blocking with formations is different, and with cheer most of the time everyone's doing the same thing, and with dance there could be maybe one person that has the same part as you, so you really have to learn your own parts.
My main goal for them is just growth, and for each of them it could be different, right? So for some of them I want them to grow as far as their technique, but some of them I want them to grow in their leadership skills as well, and just looking towards what are they going to do with dance outside of high school. So are they going to teach dance? Are they going to use the leadership skills that they learned at dance in their future occupations? So it's really different for each of the girls.
Our coaches are amazing. They motivate us a lot. They always make sure we look the best and are doing the best, and they go like beyond just dance too. Like they always make sure we're having a good day, and like they're just our best friends as well as coaches. My favorite part is being with all my teammates. They're my very best friends. Also just getting to dance because that's something that I love to do, but just like being with like a dance family, it's a lot of fun, and like we're with each other so much, so we're all like best friends.
Honestly, the NHS Dance team is the best part of every pep rally.
I didn't even know how much work they put in just to perform that 2-minute dance.
I know. On to the next one.
Few athletes are able to excel in their sport in high school, and even few are able to take it to the collegiate level. Abby Brown, however, has been able to do both. Dalton Davis sits down with her and shares her journey.
My name is Abby Brown. I'm committed to Loyola University Chicago, and I am the Athlete of the Month. Go Blurs. We are together! Together! We are together! Not! Really time 3, 1, 2, 3! My favorite high school softball memory was probably when we went to semi-state last year, and then the road leading up to semi-state, because it was the farthest we've made it in program history, and seeing the team come together was something really special. My family, especially my parents, have played an enormous role in my softball career from high school to now the collegiate level. They have been my backbone my entire life, from introducing me to the sport to signing me up for lessons, taking me to tournaments, practices, everything that I need, they are there for. I chose Loyola because it was a very comfortable fit for me. It's a smaller school, more one-on-one with the teachers, so I think I would thrive very well academically. And then softball-wise, I get along with the coaches very well. It's kind of more like friends than coaches, and a team standpoint, it's more like a family.
On the field and off the field, Abby is a very good person to be around. She's very kind and a really great friend of mine. I enjoy playing outfield with Abby because she is really goofy and nice and encourages me to play better.
Oh, scoop up and left field. What a catch by Abby Brown.
Wow, what a tremendous journey she has had thus far in her life.
I know. Join now with us is Abby Brown for our on-set interview.
And we're back now with Abby Brown. Abby, thanks for being here.
Yeah, of course.
So you talked about semifinals in the video. What was your favorite part of doing that?
Honestly, it was probably the journey leading up to that, all of the different practices and team bonding events. It was just a lot of fun. The group gets together a lot and we all have really good chemistry. So basically that, and then playing together on the field, it all just comes together. We end up doing well.
Yeah, that's so cool. So now you're on to Loyola, and do you know what you're going to major in?
I've been thinking about biology. They don't really have a pre-med program, but if I do biology, then I can go on to their med school that they have there and basically go from that, science, medicine related.
Yeah, that's really cool. What's your most exciting part about going there next year?
Well, I don't know anyone. It's completely new people, which is very exciting.
Right.
Obviously, I'll have the team, so I'll have a close group of friends, but outside of that, it's all new people, all new experiences, completely different city, just a different environment.
That's so nice. What's your favorite part about being a commit?
Having everything figured out. I know a lot of people stress about college and scholarships and getting accepted, and it's really nice to already know that I have a set plan. It's not going anywhere since I've assigned for it.
Right.
It's just good knowing what I have going on next year.
All right, well, that's so cool. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, good luck with all your future endeavors.
Thank you.
Esports has been a top rising sport around the world, with many opportunities for gamers to go pro. Producer Max Strauss sits down with 2 Noblesville esports members and gets some more information on their opportunities.
Esports, you might think of it as just sitting in front of a screen, clicking a mouse, and tapping a keyboard. But it is so much more than that. For teens at Noblesville High School and teens around the world, I had the chance to talk to 2 students at Noblesville High School and see what they had to say about esports and how much more it is than just playing video games.
The esports program is about building a community for the kids that really don't have a place in the high school. A lot of the school's focus is based on sports like football, basketball, baseball, and all these like cheerleading and all these other things. But then these kids that are like really good at video games and have real opportunities to go into colleges or have careers based off of it get neglected. So we built the esports program to build that community and give those kids a real opportunity to actually pursue further in their life, like opportunities and such.
I'm excited for the program, mostly just being able to compete because I'm a very competitive person and I like to impress other people. So I think mostly the competing and being able to, make lifelong friendships because you all are a team.
People like to think of esports as a joke, but not anymore. Anybody can become a pro and make a living off of esports, and sometimes even a scholarship to college.
What I would like to see happen in esports is it to be not like something that people underestimate anymore. Like it's a nerdy thing, can't make anything out of it. Because like a lot of people who I know didn't even know about it until I started through it, and they absolutely love it. So if we could get a lot more people to discover the esports, I think it would be a great, just like soccer, baseball. It'd be another great sport to have.
I'm excited for most of the kids. Like we've had one kid go professional in Overwatch. We actually had 2 kids go professional in Overwatch. We've had multiple be offered full ride scholarships to different colleges across the country, and there's going to be more and more to come. Right now, these colleges are mostly D2 or D3 and just different small colleges or private. But here in the next couple of years, I see that being like Purdue offering full ride scholarships for esports.
Esports is the top rising sport in the world and is making more money every year. Teens just like Emma and Daniel are inspired to become a pro. To them, it's not a game, it's a lifestyle.
That's all for this episode of Around the County.
Join us next time where we take a look at the arts of NHS.
We'll see you next time, NHS.